Hi, this is Sarah Faith from ThetaHealingNYC, and I'm here with my wonderful friend and colleague, Julie Stong, who is an incredible Theta Healing practitioner and teacher here at the center. And I wanted to get a chance to introduce you and have Julie share her experience and why she really chose to take this path. So thank you so much for coming, Julie.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Sarah. I'm happy to talk to you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the first question is really what was your first experience with Theta Healing and what really got your attention to realize that this was something that was gonna work, this was something that was really powerful?
Yeah, it's great. My first experience hearing about the technique was I happened to catch an online interview with Vianna Stibel. She was being interviewed for Louise Hay's World Summit, and I heard her speaking. I heard her speaking about this incredible technique. And for me at the time, I had been working with law of attraction. I was very interested in aligning my energy and thinking about, creating my own reality. And I was into it. I was having success. I was aligning my energy successfully in a lot of areas of my life. I'd begun working with other people to support them in doing it too. So it was exciting. Although I had noticed that there were certain areas where I was having success. In other aspects of my life, I wasn't able to align the energy as much. And so when I heard Vianna talking about our belief work in this technique, and the ability that we have through the technique to identify a subconsciously held belief, and then, this gift of being able to instantaneously transform it, it really kind of blew my mind. I understood that, it really clicked in me for the first time that, I have subconsciously held beliefs, we all do, and the fact that I had this option to change it, that could actually be a possibility was very exciting to me. And specifically, in relation to the idea of aligning your energy or creating your own reality, or why certain beliefs or certain thought patterns were easy to change and why others weren't. So for me, it was just this exciting new place I could go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So in that first experience, by the way, Vianna Stibel is the founder of Theta Healing. You were watching her, and then I believe, you shared with me that she actually guided you into the Theta Healing meditation. Can you describe maybe your experience with that and your take on what this meditation does, facilitates for people?
Yeah. For me, first time, I would say what was really exciting was that I always had the desire to meditate, but my experience meditating was not that simple. I always felt I was thinking too much. It became me trying to sit and not think, and I have a very active mind. So
Can you guys relate to that?
It's pretty common, I guess, it's right. But so for me, it was this active path to the theta brainwave, this active connection. So for me, I got there very easily. It was something kind of to hold on to get there. And then this possibility of once I got there, I actually had this option to work, right? This option to request changes, this option to connect and then work with that seventh plane energy, that creative field. So the meditation for me, or when she walked me there, was a very visceral experience. And it, I felt, as I still do, that seventh plane energy opening up into that connected place with a theta brainwave. It just is, it was incredible. At the time, I shared with you, so at the time I had a sore throat.
So what did you do with that?
Yeah, so I had a sore throat. I happened to have a sore throat at the time. Sore throats for me, especially at that time, were not that uncommon. It was kind of my minor ailment that I would get, right? A cold or a light sore throat. So I had that going on, and through the process of connecting with this brainwave, and she then would walk us through the healing, right? This very sort of simple, straightforward, sending unconditional love to every cell of the body.
Right.
Very simple, straightforward. We do this every day, right? But that's the capacity, right? It's like there's this miracle available that's very simple and straightforward. And I had an instantaneous healing. My throat was healed. So that was a very tangible result of hearing her speak, right? But also for me was this just knowing that I had to know more. I had to explore more. For me, it resonated on this level and compelled me, and has set me forward on my path, you know?
Totally.
Theta healing for me has given me a structure to work within, to take, you know, skill and intuition I may have had, natural knowing, you know, that we all have different degrees of, and gives it this structure to work within. So you do develop it. You have this ability to develop it. And it was very exciting to me that there was this whole new technique available to me with teachers who had studied it, who were local and could support my learning. And yeah, it
really gives you like a concrete step-by-step
Yes.
process
Yes.
of, this is the situation I'm facing in my life.
Yes.
I want to change it.
Yes.
And really how to get into the nitty-gritty of, what are my belief systems? What is really manifesting this
Yes.
experience in my life? How can I change it?
Yes.
And or I'm here in this world, and I don't know, how to align with the higher truth of who I am, my higher purpose.
Yes.
And it's really giving you the tools to be like, you have all the answers.
Yes.
You're constantly being communicated with. You just need to learn how to practice tapping into that.
Exactly. Yeah, this beautiful structure for our birthright to be in direct connection with source energy, creator, whatever you want to call it. It's available to everyone, to all, right? And that to me was very compelling too, that we're all bringing different skills and desire to this, or we all have different things we want to create in our lives or manifest, but it's available to all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It just takes that practice of awakening to it.
Yeah.
So then what happened after the class? I think you mentioned you took the class.
Yeah. Well, first I did a beautiful session over the phone, because it was as soon as she could see me, and was traveling with Tara Greenaway, our beautiful Tara Greenaway. And so she and I was sharing with Sarah, during that she was giving me these downloads of like, that you know how to find your tribe, and how to, these beautiful supportive downloads. And the whole time I'm thinking, yes, this is my tribe. This is my tribe. It's so exciting to be so excited. But yeah, so I had this great session with Tara, and then I knew immediately I would take the next basic class available, and Sarah Faith was teaching that class. So I had a really beautiful basic class experience. I immediately went to work on myself. For a long time have said it's shifted a bit now, but I was my own best client. For me, the belief work again was this gift of like, oh my gosh, I can sit down with this right now and transform it. I can move this in my experience, right? And so
but it's exactly as you're saying, that we all have that power.
Yes.
And so it's really empowering to know like you
empowering.
can be your own healer.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so I really just worked on myself almost nonstop. I was at that time especially journaling every day anyway. I always did that. And so it gave me this ability to sit down. What I was journaling about, I'd be like, oh, what's going on here? I would dig on myself. I would transform beliefs, and I would move forward. And I was having success with that. It just was transforming my experience, And so 2 days before the advanced class, I, of course, was moving forward in the technique, excited to continue my studies and to take the advanced class. And I connected with a dear friend who was a mentor to me and kind of got me on my path of sort of the esoteric arts, right? But we had been out of touch for about 5 years. And so I called her. We were talking, we were catching up. She shared with me that she had sore throat, she had strep throat. Her story around it, was based on her experience that she would this would be 3 weeks. This is probably about 3 weeks that I'm gonna live with this. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I have this this is what I've been doing. Of course, I was sharing with her the technique, and I was like, can I just have a look at this? Can I do a healing for you? And she said, yeah, absolutely, of course. And so I did. I do believe there were a couple of very minor belief changes. I did not dig deeply on her during the phone conversation. It was a couple of minor beliefs that we changed.
Like her story,
about her story about the condition.
Right.
So it was related to that, because I had heard in her sentence about it that there was, she
that
had this story.
Expectation, I'm gonna have this for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. And so I did make those belief changes, and then I just did a healing for her. And we continued our conversation. We hung up, agreeing to, catch up again soon and be reconnected again. It was great. But then she called me the next day and she said, it's gone, girl. It's gone. So I went
what did
into
you
my,
feel at that moment?
I was just,
because it's not just on me.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
I went into my advanced class with this huge confidence, right? Because it was 2 days prior. It's always funny when you first get the technique and you're like, is it working? Isn't it? I'm having these experiences. But, but then to have that, to facilitate a healing for someone that I cared about, and for her to have this major shift
was validation.
Yeah. Was validation.
So tell us a little bit about who you like to work with. Like, what is your gift, how you're here to serve. I think that's really important.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, lately for me, it seems to be very much focusing on working with women who are already in their power to a certain extent, right? They have success in their career, they have success in their family lives, things are going well for them. They're, like most of us, trying to achieve a balance and all of that, but pretty straightforward, doing well. But there's something going on very clearly right now, right? We are, I believe, in a paradigm shift, and women are wanting it. The women that I'm working with, and the appeal, it's very appealing to me because I'm moving through it too. Is that women are seeking a new way to step into power, seeking a way to come into this feminine energy of power, and what does it mean in the world that we're living in right now. And so there's a lot of change going on with this, and in that too there's a lot of chaotic energy that we can work with and develop. And so I'm finding that it's very exciting for me right now to work with women who are working with that energy from a position of power and going to this new place, right? Developing it. And I mean, it's just super exciting. Wow. What's available to women, and with belief work and approaching it with this technique, how you're able to just move into this increased sense of power, this increased sense of well-being and strength.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Julie, so
you
much.
too.
Is there any last piece you want to share?
That I'm here at ThetaHealingNYC.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited to be a part of the staff.
And excited.
Yeah, so I'm teaching here now, and I'm doing session work here now, and very happy
stay tuned, because we have a class coming up with Julie as our amazing teacher. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too.
By the way, I just want you guys to know, since I met Julie, I said, I know I'm going to be working with her. I was like, she is incredible. Incredible. So I hope you get the chance to actually work with Julie.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Aw. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Much love, much gratitude. See you guys soon.